Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Fatma, and I'm so excited to do my first ever month wrap up to share with you guys the books I read in January and then my first ever TBR jar pick. And for those who don't know, I am doing a series this year where I'll be reading a duology each month. And so this jar today is going to help me pick my duology for the month of February. And I'm really excited. I'm really nervous. And happy Black History Month. I hope this is such a beautiful month for all of you. Keep on rocking, stay hydrated, and yeah, let's get into it. I was honestly so lucky to start off the year with such amazing reads. I was able to read 3 books, so for me that's a lot because I'm a slow reader, and that's okay. I'm happy with that. I was able to read 1 standalone and then the first duology for the year. So I will share these books with you just very briefly so that we can get to the TBR pick. And then after the TBR pick, I will go more in depth with my reviews on these 3 books that I read in the month of January. So starting off, the first book I read was I, Medusa by Ayana Gray. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars, and honestly, I loved it. I loved it so much. It's an amazing retelling of Medusa, and she is Black in this book, and she has locks, and I just felt like the writing was so lyrical and so beautiful and very, very sad. I know the mythology of Medusa, but I don't know why I was expecting a happy ending. I thought this was going to be like a retelling that's more like lighthearted, but no, it's real, it's raw, it's honest. And honestly, it does need a trigger warning because it talks about a lot of different types of abuse. So if you want to look up the trigger warnings, go ahead and do that. And then for the first duology of the year, I was able to read Jessid Air and Jessid Crown. So I started out by giving Jessid Air 5 stars, and then this just exceeded my expectations. And it's like infinity stars out of 5. Is that allowed? Like, it's God tier, God tier. And what does this mean for the rest of the duologies that I'm going to read this year? Because am I going to compare everything to this? You guys, Sarah Hashem did her thing, and I want her to come back and write 50 million books. I think she's going to become just like an instant pick author. Like anytime she like releases a book, I'm going to buy it. So instant buy author. Love her work. I'll share more after the TBR jar pick. Okay, I don't know why I'm nervous, but I am. I'm nervous and I'm excited, and whatever book is picked out of here is gonna be okay, except actually for 2 books that I put in here, or 2 duologies, I guess. One is Hurricane Wars, because that's actually gonna be a trilogy. There's a 3rd book coming out at the end of this year, and so I don't know why it's marketed as a duology. And then the other one is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. It's also gonna be a duology, trilogy. So, if I pick either of those, I will not read them because I want to stay true to this challenge that I set for myself. But yeah, so let's see what I end up picking. Let me just kind of solidify my mic. Okay. Ah! Watch me get Hurricane Wars. Like, honestly, I will do this blindly. Ah! Okay. I'll show you guys first. Okay. Have picked. To be honest, I'm not even sure if it's upside down or not. So I'll just keep flipping it. Okay, and then I'll look. It's vicious. Oh, she's writing a 3rd book. Why is it marketed as a duology? So that one is just gonna sit out. Here we go. I don't even know where the writing is. Please don't be a blank one. Okay. Divine Rivals! Oh my gosh, no way! Oh, that's so exciting. I'm so happy to read this next. Like, I don't mind at all. So let me share with you guys what I know about Divine Rivals. I know it's like enemies to lovers for sure because they're 2 different like writers who are covering the war that's going on in their world, and the war is like between certain gods. And that's going to be so fun to read like a correspondence type of book. I don't know how they communicate. I guess it's going to be dual point of view, but let me find where I have the little blurb about it. See, book summaries. my gosh, that's so exciting. I'm so excited. Okay, let's see. So it is YA fantasy, and it is a romantic historical fantasy. And the summary goes as two rival journalists exchange anonymous letters while covering a divine war, falling in love before realizing they may stand on opposite sides of fate. So the tropes found in this duology are rivals to lovers. It's going to be war correspondence, gods at war, and emotional slow burn. I know this is like one of the highly rated duologies, so I'll keep you guys updated when I start to read it and just along the way and give you all my thoughts. But if you guys have read it, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. My goal is to read 3 books each month for the year of 2026, so 36 books in total. I usually hit less than that, so that is that is a challenge for me, and it's a doable for me. I think I can do it. I'll be reading a duology, so 2 books each month, and then a pick of my own choosing. And so the book that I've chosen for the month of February is going to be Our Vicious Oats, and it is by, I think it's N.E. Davenport, I think. Yes. But anyways, I don't have the book with me. I'm going to buy it. And same for Divine Rivals. I don't have those 2 books either, but I'm just going to buy them because I love to annotate and highlight in my books. That's something new that I've really gotten into, like actually hiding in my, like highlighting in the book. Don't judge me. I don't fold corners, okay? I'm not that cruel or weird. But so yeah, when it comes to reading like romantasy fantasy, I don't usually read very spicy books. And I know that Our Vicious Oats it's like a spicy romantasy fae type of book. And most of the characters are black. And honestly, I don't think I've read a fae book that has a lot of like black fae characters. So that's going to be nice. And then what else do I know about it? I know that there's a lot of like different kingdoms at war with each other, and one king steals this lady that's about to be betrothed to somebody else, and that, gets them into war. That's pretty much all I know. But I'll put the summary up here so you guys can learn a little bit more about it. And I've actually enjoyed jumping into books a little bit blind and not knowing too much about them, and it's been working for me. So yeah. Okay, then let's move on to the more in-depth review for I, Medusa, and the other 2 that I've read in the month of January. I honestly was surprised that Medusa was 17 in this book because it is marketed as an adult fantasy, but I think it's adult because of the topics covered. So again, please look at the trigger warnings. I think it's really important to know what you're getting yourself into. And I was also surprised by how angry I was in this book because there's just so many injustices that happen, and you want the best for people, and it just hurts. It just hurts so much. Because Medusa is 17, she is painted as very like young and like innocent and doesn't know a lot of things, and she makes a lot of choices that aren't really good. That also kind of like made me upset, but I had to remind myself she's young. It's okay. It's fine. And then another thing that surprised me about this book was that she was really close to her sisters. I don't think Medusa's sisters are mentioned a lot in like other mythology retellings, or they are. I don't know. The only like mythology retellings I've read are by Rick Riordan. So yeah. Anyway, she is close to her sisters. They're very kind. They're very loving. It's so sweet to watch their sisterhood journey. And then she makes a really good friend when she goes to the temple of Athena to serve her. And that friend also has really like a tragic story. And I was just so sad. You see all the tragic events coming, and you're just like, I can't help them. I can't get them out of the situation. It's going to have great consequences. And that was too sad. That was really, really sad. And the gods in this book are kind of depicted as really harsh gods, like Greek gods. And I think that's more fitting for who they are. I mean, Poseidon's not going to be nice. And Athena, she has some things going for her, but she's also not the best. And I don't think I like Athena anymore. So that's depressing. But that's okay. I still like Annabeth Chase. The writing was really good. There are some repetitive phrases in the book, but it's totally fine. I feel like I highlighted a lot of wonderful like phrases and stuff. So in terms of plot, amazing. Characters, amazing. You like really understand their background stories, and you feel for them. And then yeah, I don't know, like the descriptions in this book are amazing. So I highly recommend. And I know this is Ayana Gray's like debut adult novel, so I'm so excited for her to write more and see what she ventures into. I don't even know where to start with this duology. There's so much to say, but then there's so much that I can't express. I have never related so much to a female main character. So Sylvia in this book is kind of like the only surviving member of her nation. They were killed by this other nation that's trying to rule the whole world. And the heir of that nation that killed her parents finds her, and then they have to like team up to save their world basically. And there's like hidden magic. She's a reluctant heir. There's amazing world building and characters. It is Egyptian inspired world setting. And so that was fun too for me, honestly, for it to be like inspired by Egyptian culture, because a lot of the like foods mentioned in this book and a lot of just like cultural things I felt like I understood very well, and the foods are what I grew up eating. So that was so fun. Like, how often do you read a fantasy book where they're eating the everyday foods you grew up eating from your home country? I'm not Egyptian, I'm from Sudan, but similar foods, like very similar foods. And that was literally, it just felt like home. It was so sweet. I did listen to this on audiobook and read it at the same time, so like immersive reading. I did not want this duology to end. I did not want this duology to end. It literally was just so perfect. Like, so perfect. And the heir of this other nation that has to team up with her, mwah, like Aaron of Nazal, my new book boyfriend, and they go well as a couple. Like, they go really well together. It's very slow paced, it's slow burn, but in the most amazing, poetic, lyrical way. It makes sense. It's not rushed love. They actually get to know each other and be around each other. And it is very closed door romance as well. So it's not like you get details or descriptions of anything that happens when they, finally link up. So yeah, and then the other main characters, Seifa and Merrick, I love them with my entire heart. I'm not gonna spoil things, okay? And then Aaron's dad, he can go. He can go anywhere. In terms of the writing, Sarah needs a Nobel Peace Prize because there are so many wonderful analogies, and her descriptions are just so perfect. They make sense. Like, you can easily picture what she's trying to say. And there's also a lot of humor in this book. Like, Sylvia is really funny. Her interactions with other people is really funny, but also serious at the same time. This is not like a comical book, but I just really enjoyed Sarah's like vast writing skill. She was able to, really describe characters and the world perfectly. The political intrigue, like, really in depth and really has you pausing and thinking about it for a second. You just have to be like, okay, let me just draw the lines together. It's just so funny. And then as for the characters, I love Seifa and Merrick so much. They are such good friends to Sylvia, and I feel like Sylvia's trauma response about not wanting to like be close to others was really well represented, but Seifa and Merrick just kind of pushed through those barriers and showed her love anyway. And then the other characters, you get their background story, you learn to hate some and you learn to love some. Okay? Rowain, who is Aaron's father, the king of Nazal, that man can go to hell. Is that mean to say? But I couldn't. I couldn't. There are amazing twists and turns with these characters as well. You learn so much about them. There are so many secrets. I feel like every person was holding a secret, and so it was fun when those secrets were revealed. The battle scenes are really well described. The magic is really fun. Found family aspect I also really loved. And like I said, she's an instant buy author, and I will be waiting. I will be waiting for this woman to publish more. Okay. I know she's writing a YA fantasy next, and I'm like, man, okay. I really do prefer adult, but I'll read the YA fantasy for Sarah Hashem. My final thought is it's God tier. I don't know if I'll read anything like this ever again. And the minute I finished it, I wanted to turn around and restart it. I still am tempted, honestly, to just open to chapter 1 and start reading all over again. That's how like beautiful this was. Like, this is a masterpiece. Like, top like my can I just say it's my number one favorite right now? Can I just do that? I don't even know what other favorite books I have. Oh, actually, I really do like Blood Over Bright Haven. I thought that was also a very revolutionary book. That's beautiful. That is God tier. So these three are the God tier books in my rankings: Jessid Air, Jessid Crown, and Blood Over Bright Haven. So there you have it. If you have made it to the end, thank that was actually so funny. I loved that. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. Please give me a subscribe and hit the like button. I have many more to share. It's really fun talking about books, and I'm so excited for February and what it's going to entail. So again, happy Black History Month and happy early Valentine's Day. Take care of yourself, stay hydrated, get some good sleep, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.